And we have a special guest with us in the studio, curator from the World Chess Hall of Fame, Shannon Bailey.
Hi,
Welcome
thank you
to the
for
show.
having me.
Shannon, you're a favorite guest of ours because we just love learning about the World Chess Hall of Fame. You guys do the coolest things.
I love talking about the World Chess Hall of Fame.
Well, glad you're here to do precisely that.
Yeah.
Tell us about the current exhibition at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so I curated a show, Donna Dodson, Match of the Matriarchs, and that is actually closing on September 15th. So if you haven't seen it,
come in now.
Come in now. It is a fantastic exhibition. What you're looking at now are these giant chess pieces. They're all female pieces, and they are kind of like different kinds of marine life battling underwater. Donna is from the Massachusetts area. That's where she currently is, and she was inspired by the ship carvings on the prows of the ships, like the big like mermaids, and usually sometimes like the captain's wives. So she kind of envisioned what would it look like if you took those off. And you know, chess being a game of war, she needed something fighting each other, and she was really inspired by like the giant squids fighting the whales underwater. So that's that representation. Plus she added 8 of these other sculptures that represent strong female leaders or women, fictional and real. And that's part of her Amazon series. We have a really cool 3D printed chess set, and I also pulled out some really cool marine inspired chess sets from our permanent collection and some on loan from Chess Collectors International to kind of show the breadth of chess sets.
Absolutely. I kind of saw that in the sailing boats and the
and we had some scrimshaw, learning all about that.
Wow. And you've got another exhibition coming up in October.
October 4th is called Crown Jewels, and that's going to be curated by Nicole Tessmer, who's our registrar. And that is looking at some really significant chess sets from our permanent collection. We have over 1,200 chess sets in our permanent collection.
Wow.
And sometimes you just don't know how to fit some of them into different exhibits. So sometimes it's just really fun to go in there and say, let's just look at some of the beautiful ones.
Exactly.
So we're excited to have that opening up in October.
Crown Jewels.
Crown Jewels.
Sounds like royalty. I've actually seen chess sets from the czars in Tsarina. So when you talk about crown jewels, are you talking about precious metals, precious stones?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Really kind of, well, you know, we love having our chess pun titles.
Right.
So, you know, kind of linking it to royalty, the kings and the queens.
Of course.
But we're really excited about that.
What has been your personal favorite exhibition that you've curated?
There's so many. I love the Keith Haring show that we did a couple of years ago. I loved the Not Particularly Beautiful. No, that was Jen's piece in our show about Chess and Beauty, a beautiful game. And that we kind of looked at like how the Brilliancy Prize, but we also looked at like how chess was in, you know, makeup and different kinds of clothing and fashion, and how it was used in print ads to show beautiful ideas and beautiful companies.
Come on, not the makeup. Come on, it's absolutely clear. Burning Candles was the best.
Burning Boards. I know that really.
That was just so good.
Glenn Kino. We really do need to redo that.
Oh, I mean, everybody who was there that night, including Magnus, who was sitting next to me.
You played my husband.
Yes, I did. It was a blast.
We need to do that again for another
wonderful.
big anniversary, which we were actually talking about today, getting ready for the Chess Club's 20th anniversary, which is only in 3.5 years, but we want to do another big exhibition for that.
20th anniversary.
That's very exciting.
I was there the opening.
So was I.
I mean, like, what? Really? 20th? Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I know, crazy.
I have to say, a recent experience I had, well, not just me, everybody who was there, was World Chess Hall of Fame hosted its musical night.
Yes.
And Annie Levon's wife, Annie Aronian, sang.
She's
and
incredible.
Her performance was just, I was there in the room. You can see it. In fact, it's great on YouTube. When you miss anything, you can go onto YouTube.
Yes, we have a wonderful presence on social media.
Yes, you do. But that link.
Thank you for providing that link.
No, it was great.
I watched it. It was amazing.
But it was,
so good.
but it was. I mean, a digital recording compared to being there in person, it was 2 different experiences. She has a really powerful voice, and
she was so great.
Talk to the musical series for a moment, because that is really developed?
Well, the one thing that we love about the World Chess Hall of Fame is you don't have to be a great chess player to go there and learn or be inspired. And so it's really kind of like a cultural salon. We do our shows, we're like the FIDE shows up right now, celebrating 100 years of the World Chess Federation. That exhibition actually kind of focuses on the world champions, both male and female, because there's so much to talk about, you know, the 100 years of that organization. So you can get something like that, and you can look at something like Donna's show, which is very artistic.
Right.
But we also celebrate music in every kind of way. We did a music show last year about music history, and then we always have our music series. So we've got at least 2 concerts a month, sometimes 3, because this summer we did them in pop-up parks where we have chess tables in around St. Louis, and that was really great. A lot of regional artists celebrating the rich history and diverse musical history in St. Louis, and it's really great to work with these great local artists and musicians. And so we always have almost standing room only for these concerts, and it's great because we have now gotten people playing chess or coming to our art shows or our chess shows who just came because they liked the music series. So we're kind of growing our audience that way too.
That's amazing.
By coincidence today, Fabi was coming into the building and we were showing him, and he has to walk through the march, and you can see the scale.
Yes, they are quite big. Yeah. And that chess set is meant to be played with. So the pieces are, they're screwed onto those pedestals, and then there's felt tips on them.
So it's not very heavy?
They're a little cumbersome. I don't know if I want like a toddler going in there kind of pushing them around, but they are meant to be played with. Donna really liked that idea of kind of taking it out of that bird's eye view and becoming part of the game.
Right. When everything you just said there about the cultural salon was so on point. One of the exhibits that was so cool, and I watched it unfold, is you invited some street graffiti artists to come in. You said, "Here's your canvas.
Yeah, we've done that
Go
twice.
for it." And it was absolutely brilliant what they came up with. And they were very street artists. The one I'm thinking of came from Chicago.
Oh, great. Yes, yes. And that was for a couple years ago. We looked at the intersection of chess and hip hop.
Yeah.
And so we did a lot of
hip hop.
A graffiti, and looking at, we had different artists come in and do their own representation of each of the pieces. And then we kept those. We put plywood on the wall, and we've actually donated a couple of those to local schools.
Oh, cool. Shannon, thank you for coming on
Thanks
and
for
sharing
having me
everything. Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh. And tomorrow, everybody, we wanted to give you a warning. We're starting early, round 9.